Hi, this is JilliBling. I have a project using Joyful Flurry's bundle. And the bundle includes a stamp set and dies. And some of the dies, these here, cut out little holes in the paper only, and we'll be using this on the next project. But today, I would love to use these dies, which cut out images, the 4 snowflakes right here, or else these snowflakes here. And these don't have a stamp coordinating with them, they're just real cute. So here is the project, and I must admit that I used a little shimmer and spritz, and I hope you could see that, but it makes the paper warp. So I've had pressure on it for a little while. So if you have a lot of books, perfect project for you. It's really easy and beautiful, but you need something to kind of flatten it for a little while, or maybe just time will fix it. I tried to use my heat tool to kind of flatten it, but that didn't work either. So here it is. Joyful Flurry. Here's the paper. And Joyful Flurry bundle is on page 18, nope, just page 19. And you can see the stamp set, the dies, and these little gems. That's what this whole project, where it originated, was, oh, I want to use the gems. And I'm going to do one other that has a hint of fresh freesia and a hint of coastal cabana on it. So that will be either later today or tomorrow's project. But today, it's all in silver. And it's just really pretty. I hope you could tell how pretty it is. Maybe when we start making it, you could see it a little bit more. Your embossing buddy. Definitely need that, because we'll be doing some embossing right on for the words. My new favorite. We'll be using glittered organdy ribbon. Okay, let's start with the base of the card. And let me know if you have any questions, or if you'd like to place an order if you don't already have a demonstrator. And I'd love to help you out. It's the whole reason I do the videos, hoping to keep you inspired. Okay, so that's thick white cardstock, and I have 2 pieces of, oh, I'll tell you about that in a minute. 2 pieces of just regular white paper. I wonder if using the thick would make it not curve around too much. So your little spritzer right here. If you have Wink of Stella, you could put a few drops in that. Or on Amazon, which is what my little note was, there is Frost White, and the same company that makes Stays On, I'm sure I'm not going to say that right, TSUNINEKO, but just type in the brand and then Frost White, and you'll come up with these little pots of paint. And all I have right now is a champagne mist, which is somewhat clear, like translucent. You could see through it. The shimmer, or the white frost paint, it's a little bit more like if I were just to put it on black paper, you would definitely see, oh, you put white paint on there. If I put the champagne mist on a piece of black paper, it would just look like sparkles. So I put in 5 drops of this paint into 1 spritzer. And you're like, well, that's kind of golden color. But because it comes out clear, it just adds sparkle, it works out just fine. So we'll be using this. This is what warped the paper, but it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to spritz them right away. And I'm getting some older papers because I get spritz all over the place. So maybe if I didn't spritz it as well, then it wouldn't be as sparkly. So first of all, when you're using your spritzer, find the nozzle. because you don't know how many times. Personally, I've become spritz because I have it like that and it shoots me. Love it because you know I love my bling. Oh, and shake it up. But you don't need to do that. So I see it's right there. And see, I couldn't stop myself. And the paper starts warping, which is just natural. But this is the time to put books or blocks on it. But I've had a couple over here kind of drying for the past half an hour. I'm going to put blocks on these and pull out the other ones. Just a minute. Oh, it's really curling. And I'm just using my blocks. Eventually it will dry. I'm using lots of them. I want it to be flat. Whew, lots of blocks. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this one is still curled. This is one I tried to use the heat tool on. But look how sparkly. Can you tell how shimmery it is? Gosh, I hope you could see that. Otherwise, you just think I'm crazy talking about white paper. It's sparkling. Oh, that one fared a little bit better. That one's just a little bit warped. This one is very warped. Okay, we're just going to continue on. This will be a good test. How strong is your glue? So this one I used liquid glue on the front. And then on the inside I used Stamp and Seal. Maybe I could use that super duper Stamp and Seal. Where is that? Aha! This one is supposed to be good for putting like 3D projects together. I'll try using this one. Okay, so on both of these papers, they need some good stick. Before I put the inside one in, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping, and that's just stamped and stays on black, and then a little bit of silver embossing powder with Versamark. So I'm just going to start with the elephant in the room and Stamp and Seal Plus. Okay, maybe I'll do 2 layers of it. Well, this comes out a little bit different than Stamp and Seal. 2 layers. That's going to hold it in place, I hope. It's probably going to stick my fingers with it. Kind of looks like railroad tracks. Can you see that? I haven't used this one that much. Okay, 2 layers of Stamp and Seal Plus. And here's the card base. I don't know why, but I'm nervous. I think it's going to be like super sticky. Like if I don't get it in the right spot right away. Okay, it's acting like normal. I could shift it a little bit still. Okay. Well, certainly is sticking down. Oh, that might be the ticket. Because this was the worst warped one. Okay. Stamp and Seal Plus. That's the key. Okay, so where were we? Let's make some pretty snowflakes. Oh, I've got stuff everywhere. Well, I just have 2 papers over here. That's all I have left to do. Let's work on these. The lid. Okay, I know how to do heat embossing. And the words, it's a season of magic and wonder. Okay. Ooh, and silver embossing. I love me some silver embossing. Versamark. Versamark. Then silver powder. Guess I could have used my spoon. It's right there waiting on me. Oh, where's my new toy? Yeah. Okay. Well, that turned out pretty. Okay, so there's a die for that. And since we have the dies out, I think it's time to get these all ready to roll. Isn't that fun? How it's just a little bit angled. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I'm trying to stop it. Excuse me. Washi tape. Do you all use washi tape when you're using dies? I don't want to jeopardize it not coming out straight. Okay, since we're at it, on this paper, just so you know, you can get, oh, I had to stamp it first. Okay, so there's 4 stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those go into stays on. So get it inked up really well, because I don't know if you could tell on this one, it's not inked up that well. Oh, and another thing, if you're going stays on, you clean it and you go into Versamark, and there's still black on there. It's almost impossible to get stays on off, but Versamark, somehow, like the chemicals in Versamark, do a beautiful job at cleaning your stamp pad, but then they leave residue back in here. So when you're doing that, if there's black residue on here, clean it, use it for Versamark, and then clean it again. And chances are your Versamark is just going to end up looking a little ugly, like mine does, just because that's just how it is. It still works just fine. Well, that turned out good. Versamark. Okay, this is a poll. This is a weeknight poll. Do you like the smell of Versamark or not? It seems like it's a definite yes and a definite no for everyone. When you're stamping your snowflakes, try to get them somewhat close, but not too close that you can't get the dies on there at once. So this time, right there, that turned out just fine. But the next one I did, I had them too close, so I had to make 2 passes through my machine. And if you're like, what are you talking about? I'll show you. I'll show you right now. So this is just to say you can get the 4 stamped ones out plus these 3. Plus there's a little bit of extra room. And I have something to say about this, a little bit bigger one. I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to start with the ones that I stamped. maybe. So see how these are close? And see how those are touching? That means that one of them has to go on the next boat, the next pass. Because if your dies ever run over each other going through your machine, it doesn't completely ruin them, but you're not doing them any favors. It puts like little dents in them, and then the cutting area isn't as good as it should. Okay, so this one doesn't go here. Maybe there is hope for that one. Oh, but not this one. Okay, pretend like these are all on. Okay, they're all on. You could see how they all fit onto one thing. This one had to go second pass. And they're right here. So what I was saying about this bigger snowflake, not this itty bitty one. That one's fine. But this snowflake right here, this die right through here, it doesn't cut it out. So it would leave the snowflake in the paper and you could pull up all the little arms. So when I ran it through, I'm like, well, I want that snowflake. So I took my scissors and I just snipped right in there because I want that snowflake on my card. Just an FYI. And if you have this bundle, you'll know soon enough and you'll run it through and you'll be like, what's going on? Just take your little scissors and you could get it. Get it. Okay, oh, I need to run this through. Look how pretty. Okay, that worked out effortless compared to all of this business. Okay, let's build the front. So the front, first thing, just because there's a whole lot going on, first thing is the ribbon. This is new ribbon. New ribbon. This is my new favorite. There's always something. I couldn't wait to use those little gems. They've been sitting there on the countertop, the desktop, ever since the new catalog came about. And I've been waiting to use them. Okay, just a few strips of Stampin' Seal. Make this end look pretty. And just ziggle-zaggle. So, I like it down there. Maybe a little loop up here. And then a bit over there. And all this extra adhesive will be covered up with the snowflakes and the banner. Ooh, ribbon needs a thin pin. That's better. Frost White Amazon. Oh, and on Amazon it costs $13.46 for one little tub of that shimmery stuff. Okay, we have ziggle-zaggle. And this will go right about here. And it's good just to have everything kind of laid out before, just so you have an idea of where things will go. And of course, when you pick it up to attach it, everything changes. Oh, I had to get the bow on there too. Speaking of bow, he's over there shaking. He doesn't know that the time changed. He was up an hour early. Well, how did I do this one? Am I missing a 1, 2, and a big one? Well, one goes down here. The big one goes up there. But it could go anywhere. Okay, the bow. So this is elegant trim, and it comes in a package with gold and silver, and I have used gold over and over and over. And I have, how many rolls? How many rolls of, I've been using the gold. Time for the silver. So make a big bow with kind of big tails, and it's okay if it gets all curvy and swervy. Okay, so just so you know about how big it is. And I'm going to purposely curve these things around. Big curves. Make it hold in the shape of a bow. You want to go out? Do you want to go out? Okay. Come on. Go ahead. It is cold out there. I don't know why he'd want to go out. I don't want to go out. Boy, think about those, like the pioneer women or the cave women, and if they had to go to the, if I had to go to the bathroom and this, I'd be holding it or not drinking in the evening. That's too cold out there. Too cold. Okay, so that could go right about like that. This could go a little higher. There's so much going on. And right in the middle, okay, like that. I think I'll attach this with dimensionals. And it's just supposed to be collage, so it's loaded up with beautiful stuff. So I don't think you could do wrong. But I think laying it out at first to kind of get an idea of where things go is helpful. Okay, I know I put a lot on there. I'll put one more. But this has to kind of stick to the card even though there's this ribbon and elegant trim bow floating around. Okay, make sure the words are straight. There, that's a start. Okay, and I'll do this one. And then afterwards I'll take the elegant trim, kind of wrap it around some of these snowflakes. Oh, so I didn't tell you, this I saw on Pinterest by, copied from Kim Price. Kim Price, you did good. I love it. So this one, this is the one that I trimmed. It's a little ugly on the underside. But this one's going to just get stuck down flat, maybe underneath the ribbon. Right there. How about this one be on top of the banner? Maybe. It's like there's a dimensional under there holding me in place. Okay, that one, the dimensional is holding this one in place too. Glue. There you go. This one here gets a dimensional because there's nothing holding it down. I'll use that corner. And I think just this one is left. That one, I think it's too small to get a dimensional in there, so liquid glue. Okay, that's looking good. So now this elegant trim, I want to strategically place it so it's strategically, casually flowing. Okay, I like that there. So I'm going to lock it in somewhere. Oh, it's right down under here. Okay. And because the glue dries clear, I'm not going to worry about how imperfect this is. Okay, dry, dry. That, I like that there. Okay. It decided where it wants to go. Okay, just let it dry. But now is the fun time. It's the sparkles. The sparkles. So, sparkles are a combination of the whole reason for this card. These, I'm going to put 3 of these on. And these are just going to be somewhat framing, or maybe coming away from the words. Bet you that dog is going to be right back in saying, "Hey Mom, it's really cold out there." I know he's waiting for Tony. Tony's doing another bus trip. The junior high basketball, girls basketball. Okay, that's pretty bling. This whole card is bling. No wonder I love this card. Then, on each of the snowflakes, the center gets topped off with a rhinestone. And a rhinestone. I think it's seven rhinestones. Seven rhinestones and three adhesive back sequins and gems. This must be the gem. Okay, let's see if there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the front is done. Look at that. I probably should have tried to do it this way, but oh well, that's okay. Certainly is pretty. Okay, so onto my warped paper that I know how to fix. Happy Christmas is going to go at the top, but I did Happy Christmas first, and then I did the little snowflakes, these little dots. And because there was still moisture in my Stays On Happy Christmas, half of the embossing powder stuck to it. So it's yellow, or not yellow, it's silver. So hindsight is good. We are going to do embossing buddy. And let's do the snow. Versamark. Okay, and then silver embossing powder. What is that? Do you ever get things in your embossing powder and you're like, what is that? Oh. There we go. It is no more. On the first one, I just did it, and it doesn't look real random. I guess once you put the snowflakes in, it's fine. Okay. Okay, now it's time for the words and the snowflakes. And you know, when I was putting the words and the snowflakes on in Stays on Black, I thought I really don't want black snowflakes. But because this card is a bit monochromatic, it works out just fine. You probably weren't thinking that when you looked at the sample. The black words and snowflakes in there is like, oh, that's just pretty. Oh, it's warped, hopefully. Yeah, it's a little heavy. Well, it's not too crooked. I just decorate it with lots of snowflakes. Right over the top. Because stays on everything. Let me get this big one on here. Not so good. Did I do all of them? No. There's one more. Because you know I gotta do them all. That one came out pretty good. That one came out bad. I wonder if doing a little one over the top. Yeah, I planned that. Okay, so we're almost done. I had to use my new best friend, Stampin' Seal Plus. You all need this. 2 layers, because I think that's what it takes. And I'm trying to get right by the edge, because I really want the edge to be stuck down. Okay, let's see. Isn't that pretty? Do I have any blobs of glue? Oh, there's a dog. He could wait just a minute. This is my moment right here. Me and my new friend. Good, good. Okay, be flat. Look at that. Okay, that's it for today's beauty. Woot woot. Okay, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Then you'll get a notification of the next project. Okay, bye.